All right, so today we're just gonna do it. We're gonna do a ports and protocols quiz. Then we're gonna talk about network segmentation and how you can use it in the real world. And I'm just gonna do a quick review of Splunk, just so those who didn't see it can see it real quick. But for the ports and protocols quiz, y'all, your goal, I know you just got it yesterday, but your goal is to try to beat me before I start writing the next thing, right? Don't focus so much on the speed right now because you just got it yesterday. But if you have the speed, then just throw it out there, right? I'm either going to write a port number or I'm going to write the protocol. Okay, I'm either going to write a port number or I'm going to write the protocol. You just give me the opposite. All right, are we good to go?
Yep.
Yep.
Right. Let's get it. Here we go.
LDAP. Yeah, LDAP.
LDAP.
53.
And you can go out of order if you want to.
Telnet.
Okay.
2021.
22.
I got that.
69.
20, 21. 20 and 21. 53.
Oh, that's TP.
LDAPs.
Hey, I should never taken it easy on you. Sheesh.
SRTP.
That's where this guy comes in. Today we're talking about
3389.
SNMP. SMTP.
587. SMTPS.
IMAPS.
995.
110.
SSH.
SSH.
Unless you consider the everything about it. Something really toxic that you used to do or you still when you have a girlfriend, you need to have Wi-Fi and access the router. It's really simple to actually check to see what other devices are connected. Instead of making it determine who's in there, and you have simple stuff so you can check.
HTTP.
HTTPS. 4443.
It's not. Online, maybe she's saying something. By the way, never do that.
Top 3.
Top 3 secure.
A tech hack, it's abusive baiting, stalking, it's betrayal of trust and privacy. It's not FBI.
NTP.
It's digital. By digital, I mean fucked up. Sorry, digital. Sorry, it's digital. I got to call it
445.
But if he was a woman,
Damn, how long? Let me see if I'm missing anything. 53, 63, 110, 43, 990s. Just this one. You already gave me SSH. What's something else that uses port 22?
SSH secure.
SFTP.
SFTP.
That's 22.
All right, I got a bonus point. What port does ping use? I'm such an asshole. There's no port for ping. It doesn't have a port. All right. Good job, y'all. That was pretty good. That was pretty good. I wasn't expecting y'all to go that fast. You just had it for a day. So good job. right? You want to be able to do that, right? Just the same way you're doing it now, right? You want to be quick, you want to be fast. And that's only because you want to be able to turn, what's going on here? You want to be able to turn your layups. I mean, you want to be able to create layups on the exam. All right, so real quick, I just want to show y'all what we couldn't see yesterday. All right, remember like Splunk, right? That's a sim tool. There are plenty of sim tools out there, like Elk, Logarithm, there's a bunch of them. You want to send all your logs over to the sim tool so you can have one location where you're doing all of your analysis, all of your correlation, all of your aggregation, everything in your investigations, all from one location, right? The example we used, which is an example we use in our Splunk incident response course, is right netstat logs, right? If Aaron or Donovan or Octavia, they're victim to some type of remote access Trojan attack or some type of botnet or bot installed in their computer, those types of malware they're gonna establish some type of external connection. Okay, you can see that if you ran netstat. Right, you can see all your external connections from netstat. Now, the cool thing about Splunk is you can create a script or any sim tool, right? You can create a script that's going to run netstat every 5 minutes, every 10 minutes, every 1 hour, depending on how frequent you want it. And you can send that script directly to your sim tool. You can send your proxy logs directly to your sim tool. You can send your AV logs, anything directly to your sim tool and make it look more pretty, right? Make it look more understandable, easier for your SOC analysts, easier for management to read it, all that good stuff. So we can see what it looks like right here from the command line, right? Everybody who's not taking the class or people who are not familiar with netstat output, right? This is the output. They may not be able to read this. We can read this. We can see the program or we can see the protocol. We can see the source IP, the destination IP. We can see what the state is doing, right? You can make it look a lot more pretty. Right, so here we have pie charts, right? Those same programs that we're running. No, they're not running right now. I don't see them. But they're just not named here. This is Splunk DNS program. You can see the port numbers now too, y'all. Yeah, y'all understand these port numbers. What program is running right here?
SSH.
SSH, right? SSH. All right, there we go. Now we can see the programs. I had the end switch turned on, but you can see Firefox is running. And there's just other programs running. Right now, it's just Firefox running on this computer. And I don't think anything else is running, but you can see some stuff. SSH, it's listening, waiting for a connection. But over here, we can see those same programs, right? This is a lot more easier for people to read. These are the active programs. You can see Firefox. You can see how much of that traffic is Firefox. Squid, this is a proxy. You can see how much of the Squid traffic is is coming in. Right, your systemd, Perl, Netcat. You shouldn't see Netcat running on the box unless it's you using it. You can see the external connections right here. Instead of trying to have to, why do you bring that one back up? Instead of trying to have to go through this, like all these things on the right to try to figure out what's the external connections here, you can use Splunk to make it look pretty, right? And these are the netstat logs right here. Right, it doesn't look like this anymore. Why? Because Splunk administrators, Splunk engineers, Splunk developers, they can go ahead and make this look more actionable. Right, this is something that we're teaching the Splunk incident responders to do. We take it into a lot more details with our Splunk fundamentals course. Right, you're learning way more Splunk related things than this simple stuff here. This is actually pretty simple. Right, and then the proxy logs. Remember when we looked at the proxy logs yesterday in Burp Suite, right? It looked a little bit confusing the first time. But here with Splunk, we can make it look more actionable. You can see the destination ports that people are trying to connect to. You can see the HTTP responses that we just talked about today. 200 is okay. 301 to 300s, those are redirections. 500s, those are our server errors. Right? You can see the HTTP request. Anytime you type in a website, onlinesecurity.com, google.com, facebook.com, espn.com, you're sending a GET request. You are getting the website, right? So you can see how many GET requests are going out, how many websites people are trying to retrieve. When you're sending data, if you're trying to log into a website with the username and password, it's a post request. Okay. If you're trying to send a picture, you're trying to upload files. If I'm trying to upload malware, these are post requests. But you can see the proxy logs. It looks a lot cleaner. You can see the host. We could see it yesterday in the proxy logs. You see the GET request. You see the destination IP. You see the destination port. You see the response. You can see how many requests went through. It was 2. We could see all of this from the proxy logs, but this looks a lot more clean, right? This is what I mean by prettier. It looks more pretty than looking at things from a command line, right? Or just looking at raw logs. These are raw. This is raw output. Okay, those proxy logs we saw, they were raw. Some people like raw. Some people like Splunk, right? It just depends on your preference. All right. No other questions. I promised Aaron I was going to do this segmentation thing again. What's EOL before I get into this? What's EOL? What's EOL? What's EOL?
End of life.
End of life. What does that mean to you?
That means there's no more support for a program that's been retired.
Right. It could be a program. It could be a system. It could be an operating system. It can be anything. Something that is no longer being supported. So there are a lot of companies that have EOL devices, right? They have EOL operating systems like Windows 7. They have EOL programs, EOL applications. And it's not because they want to have it, right? They have their reasons. They have their justifications, which is why they have it. A lot of times it's because it's what the tools they're using are only compatible with this EOL devices, right? It's not all the time, right? Sometimes, let's say this is a Windows 7, right? I may be a hospital that has some type of, I don't know, some type of patient application, right? That stores all of our patient details. This is just an example, right? And it's only compatible with Windows 7. If we try to upgrade to Windows 10, it won't work over there, right? It won't work. Just an example. Now, if you got it, if you're in that scenario or in that situation and you have to keep the end of life systems or end of life programs, whatever they are, a good thing you can do is network segmentation, right? Network segmentation. This is our LAN, right? We can put all of the EOL devices on one LAN and put everything else on another LAN, right? We can have as many LANs. We can have as many LANs as we want. Right, you all know that. What zone do these LANs live in?
Internet.
And how do we prevent things? How do we prevent data from this LAN or people on this LAN from coming over here or over there? A firewall. Right, we have our Soho device. We have our router, firewall, right? That's installed on this server here. And anything that's trying to get in or out has to go through the firewall, right? That's the first line of defense, right? Something else you can do is create a service account. Right? You can create a service account and only this service account can access this LAN. Right. So if Aaron wanted to get onto that LAN, he can't use his normal account. Right. And then you know what? We just talked about this too. We could just throw a jump box here. He has to log into this jump box first to get onto that LAN. So he has to go through the router. He needs the service account username and password. If he doesn't have it, he can't log into this box, this jump box. If he does have it, all right, he's logged into the jump box and now he can access things on this LAN. Defense in depth. We have network segmentation going on. We have secure accounts, right? Or like a service account, right? We're limiting, this is least privileges. Everybody can't get here. We have a service account going on. We can throw antiviruses, hips, HIDs, all that cool stuff over there. Right. But that's if we have to keep end of life systems. Many companies do. That's why you're getting hired. That's why you're getting jobs. That's why students are accepting offer letters, because you know how to solve their problems. You either know how to, or you understand the fundamentals they need to solve problems. Right. That's why these hands-on labs that we use in class, even after your class, they become even more important when you're trying to get a job. Right. That is the most important thing we're trying to get a job, because in all of those labs, you are solving real world problems.
So is it safe to define that the network segmentation is just a way to secure systems that are forced to still use EOLs?
It can be a way. It's not the only method or definition you can give, but it's an effective way to secure your environment when you have EOL devices on it. It is an effective way. It's a way, right? I don't want you to think that it's the only way. There are other things that I haven't talked about. There's a lot. That's why we have you. That's why we have Octavia. That's why we have Larry. That's why we have Tanja. That's why we have different people, because you all are going to have different opinions, right? And then you're going to have different tools to implement those opinions. That's why it's not the same Toby, because Toby's going to want to do it Toby's way, right? But Aaron may say, hey, network segmentation is cool. Larry may say, hey, you know what? This next generation firewall, this UTM is cool too. We can throw that in the pot. There's so many different ways. So your definition is not wrong. It's right. But just keep in mind that there are alternatives, right? It's not one all and be all. Like the exam, right? There are no alternatives on the exam. The exam is the exam. You give it the exam answer. In the real world, there are multiple alternatives to this. That was dope, Aaron. Good job, man. Good job. Larry, why you here, man? We got some students in the class. I don't know if you got some motivation for them. I think it'd be a good time to just tell them about your story and put some fire under them. They're only on week 4, I think. Yeah, week 4. Larry actually got Security Plus certified in the class, got Security Plus certified after his class, and accepted an offer letter, right? He's doing big things in the field right now, making that big boy money. Here's my Cash App. Like, nah. Yeah, talk to them, man. Talk to the people.
What's up, y'all? I'm Larry. I was just in your situation about a year ago. So everything just Toby's teaching, you just got to pay attention, ask questions as much as you can. Trust and believe me, you don't know it all, and take advantage of it. Like, you're paying a good amount of money for this, so you might as well just ask questions. It could be small, it could be stupid. Trust me, you would rather ask now than regret it later on. And like I said, I started this a year ago myself, and took my Security Plus exam last summer. Got a job, and I'm reaping the benefits of O-line security. So, and I could have been doing so many things right now, but hey, I'm still here, and trying to learn with you guys, because just because I got a job don't mean I know it all. I'm still learning. So, just take advantage of everything, man. Take advantage of the opportunity, and just do those labs. Like, I cannot stress that's enough. Like, it doesn't matter if you've done it once, go back and redo them as many times as possible. Repetition. That's the best way to learn. Keep doing it over and over again. If you have questions, just go ahead and ask. And I'm also on the Discord chat too. So if anybody has any questions they want to send me, I'm always free. I'm always on the chat every now and then. And, just ask me any questions, because like I said, I've been through this situation like you guys. So, feel free to DM me or ask any questions you want to ask, and I'm here to help. So, yeah.
Appreciate that, man. And I got a question. Did you end up getting the lab voucher again after the class?
Oh, most definitely. So yeah, like I took the lab just like y'all doing it right now, and my 1 year expiration just actually ended about a few weeks ago, and I actually paid for it again, and I got the O-line discount as an OG from the class, so yeah, like just because I did it already, and my 1 year was expiring, and I just figured, you know what, I need this. I could have just said, nah, I'm good. Like, nah, but trust me, like I'm still going back to it, doing the labs over and over and over again. So, you don't have to, but at least it's good for me. And I like the fact that I did that. So yeah, just take advantage of it, man. Trust me. Like the soul is just like it comes back full circle. It comes back full circle. When you start getting into these jobs and they asking you to do certain things, like, oh my God, like I learned that in class. So yeah, for sure. Like trust and believe me, man. Like those labs comes in handy.
And just so they feel a little more comfortable, right? We say this in class all the time. We don't want you to force everything in the 10 weeks, right? Larry, can you share how O-line was still helping you out even after the 10 weeks, right? Because we definitely don't want you to think that you got to cram all the labs in the 10 weeks.
Oh yeah, like so after the class, like just take advantage of your resources too, man. Like Toby's gonna be there to help you guys out. Don't feel like just because the class is over, you can't reach out to him or reach out to like previous students. I just and also your classmates too, because everybody's 24 hours is different. Some people will grasp the information quickly and take their security plus exam and boom, they pass it. And sometimes some people might just need more time, and that's okay. You gotta do it on your own time, but you just gotta take advantage of it, man. Trust me. Like I know other courses that other people were teaching this cybersecurity class, and once the class is over, that's it. You're not even getting in contact with the professor at all. Like your money's gone. If you didn't ask no questions prior to when you've been in class, that's it. Like, but Toby's not like that. Like we have previous students that you can hit up and ask questions, and 9 times out of 10, because it worked for me and I was able to do that, and Toby was able to help me out too. So yeah, like take advantage of your resources, man. Everything is here for you, especially in that Discord channel. And once you guys are getting closer to your 10 weeks, Toby's gonna help you guys out with your resumes and all that too. So yeah, so just be on the lookout, ask questions, and don't feel like you know everything. Don't feel like you're too shy to ask any questions, because trust and believe me, man, just because you ask any question is something you don't know, someone else is benefiting from it too. They might be shy to say it, but there are times when someone has questions and I'm just like, oh, you know what? I actually didn't know that. So, it all goes hand in hand. So yeah.
I really do appreciate that, bro. I really, really do. Does anybody got questions for Larry while you got him? You got him here. Ask away. Please make sure you hit him up on Discord, right? Get familiar with the rest of the O-line OGs, all the graduates. Get familiar with them, become friends with them, because at the end of the day, right, it's you can get into the field quicker by knowing somebody, right? It's quicker by knowing somebody, and you don't have to know a thing, right? There's a lot of people in the field who don't know a thing. They don't know a thing. It's just somebody they knew that helped them get in. And you
I
all
wanted
already
to
know more than
ask,
most. Go ahead.
I just wanted to ask him, like, how did you feel about like the interview process, and how many interviews did you go through prior to like getting the job that you have? And hi, Larry. This is
Hey,
Sandra.
what's up, Tyler? How you doing?
Good.
But that's a good question though. I'm not even gonna lie to you. That's a good question. Man, Toby knows it. That's why he's about to he's laughing. Like I kid you not, man. Like, and I'll be honest with you guys. And this is the one thing that people just think, just because you transition and then you apply for a job one time, you get it, and boom, that's it. Like I keep it 100 with you guys. Like I did about, out of like 50 applications that I did about maybe like 7 interviews. And out of the 7 interviews that I did, like at least like 4 of them what like, legit, like as far as them, like me doing the first interview, doing the second interview. And I'm not gonna lie, the first one was rough. Second one was rough because I wasn't professional enough. I wasn't ready. And guess what? I went back to the drawing board and I, look in the mirror and I just figured out, what am I doing wrong? And practice my elevator pitch. I literally just questions that, maybe I did wrong in the first interview. I write those questions down and now I record myself. So that way, when that question comes back again, I have more confidence answering. Because some of these questions, it could be the same thing, but they're just wording it differently. So you just have to like make sure you are practicing those, by yourself first and look in the mirror. Like, I know it might sound stupid. Like, go over the question. Like, some of these questions are repetitive. Just go over them over and over again. And trust and believe me, man, you have that confidence that when someone asks you that question, you can just spit it out like easily. And like I said, it might not take the first time, but once you're getting calls for that first, second interview, you're doing something right. Like, trust and believe me, you're doing something right. Sometimes what you have on paper, if you can't articulate what you have on the paper or your resume, there's no point. Like, because then again, it's like they're looking at you like, what are you doing? So having the resume is one thing, but able to articulate what you have on there is another thing. And that comes with confidence, and that comes with you, practicing and knowing where you're weak at and working on that. So, for me, like it didn't take me one shot. I'm not gonna lie to you. I did a lot of interviews and I was getting frustrated. I was hitting Toby up like, hey, what am I doing wrong? And we practice together. You ask me questions and I try to answer. So like, you got to be confident, because once that confidence hit, there's no question that can come your way that you can't answer. And that right there will tell them, you know what, this person is ready for this position. And you just got to talk your shit, and when you know your shit, you can talk your shit. So, yeah.
Also, what's your position at the job that you work at? I think I missed that.
Oh, come on now. Look at you trying to my business like now. So I got a position as a program manager. I'm an IA program manager at US Fort Detrick. And I just recently got my TS clearance. Mind you, I've never done IT before. This is my first position. So that's to show you that you know how you talk your shit, you can get anything you want in this life. And, a year ago today, like around this time, I wasn't sure what I was going to do. I was already trying to make that transition into IT, but I wasn't sure how to start. And now a year later, I'm an IT program manager. So, it just gets to show you that anything is possible if you put your mind to it, so yeah. And then I say that to say, I'm sorry to cut you off too, but I said that to say, not everybody's going to start like that. Everybody's journey is different. So you got to start from somewhere. So I just don't want to put it out there like, hey, everybody's going to start as an IT program manager. No, it ain't going to be like that. And I'm just keep it real. Some people are going to start as a help desk specialist, and that's okay. Just get your foot in the door. That's the biggest thing, getting your foot in the door and working your way up. So yeah.
And he put in a lot of work, y'all. Like, he definitely put in a lot of work with the labs. He used the Discord channels. Some of Tandra and Jamal, y'all see those channels. Everybody else, you don't see it yet because it's a process. We don't want to throw everything at you at once. But he put in a lot of work. Those interviews he talked to you about, right? He went through a lot of those interviews over and over and over. And he was real with himself. He realized, hey, I need to actually work on my elevator pitch. Hey, I need to actually go and work on these story points because they're calling me. They like my resume, but something's not working, right? And as soon as he started working on these two things right here, right, he was already good at these, right? The interview questions, we have example interview questions on Discord and the career development on 2 channel. But once he started working on these, that's when I started seeing that change. I started seeing, you could hear the confidence when we would do our interview press. You could hear the confidence in the feedback, right, from his interviews. Yeah, this happened. I felt really good. I answered it this way. I gave them an elevator pitch, this and that. Most people don't do this. They'll do this. They'll knock out the elevator pitch, the 5-minute, 2 to 3 minute elevator pitch. Most people don't do this. This right here, get you whatever you want. This right here, to me, in my opinion, is the most important thing for any interview, entry, experience, whatever. Because you are creating a story out of your experience. You are creating a story about what you can do, the tools you can use, and it's specific stories that employers need, right? That's how you turn yourself into an asset. And we've already done a lot of that for you, right? Based off of the things that you learn in class, based off of the hands-on experiences that you're getting from this, right? You just have to go in there and go over it. That's it, right? Just like these. There are a bunch of examples on Discord for you, right? Everything you need is on Discord. Everything you need is on Discord. You just got to use it. Nobody's going to do it for you. Nobody's going to spoon feed you. Everybody's not going to jump into the six-figure salary, the top secret clearances. We have students who started out as help desk who are now in the six-figure category, right? We have people starting out as risk managers. Some people started as SOC analysts. Some people started as program managers, information assurance, some ISSO. It's a bunch of different things, y'all. But like Larry said, your journey is going to be different. You just got to make sure you're putting in the work. Nobody's going to put in the work for you. If you want it, you got to go and put in the work. You got to surround yourself with security. You got to listen to these walkthrough videos every day. You have to wake up to your notes, go to sleep to your notes, start talking to more friends about security, start trying to intertwine things that you see in real life with security, the websites you go to, when you're checking out at different places, right? The phishing emails you may see, things that are going on at your work that may not be secure. You really have to surround yourself with this language, right? That's the most effective way to get it. I'm not going to say it's the easiest way because there is no easy way, right? You all have already taken a step to making it easier than anybody else would have to face. But this is the most effective way, putting in the work. But you all are going to get there. You all are going to be able to share your testimonies as well. I already know it. You just got to want it. You got to, your want has to turn into action, right? You can't just want it. You got to want it bad enough that you start doing things. Any other questions, y'all? Got some comments on YouTube. Joe said, keep grinding, do it the online way. Joe was a teacher before all of this, and now he's a pen tester. Some people don't get the pen testing job, but he put in some work, y'all. Like Joe put in some work. He even came back to later classes just to get some more experience, just to learn some more things. He started leading Cyber Thursdays, doing some of the labs on Cyber Thursdays. If you all ever want to, lead a lab on Cyber Thursday, let's do it. Right. I'm not going to let you do it by yourself. We'll do it together, but take initiative. That's what he did. Darius asks, was the test mostly acronyms and definitions? So the test is a combination of both acronyms and definitions, right? You're going to get a mixture of both. Some of them are going to be acronyms like SLA, MOU. Some of them are going to be like the full term, or the full word, or they may ask you the definition. If they give you the definition or they're asking for the definition, those are usually the layups, right? Those are usually the layups. Darius said, yeah, I got grilled even when I was applying for security internships. Yes, you will, right? You will. But I promise you all, if you go on Discord, you don't have access to it yet, but Tandra and Jamal, y'all have access to it. Tandra and Jamal, you don't have to wait to get Security Plus certified to start getting a job. That's just the icing on the cake. You can be Security Plus certified and not get a job. There are a lot of people who are Security Plus certified and don't have jobs. It's because they don't know what the heck is going on. They don't have the hands-on keyboard experience that you have, right? People slide in my DMs all the time. I'm already Security Plus certified. How do I get a job? Go learn what the employer is looking for. It's that simple. Go learn it. You saw what they had on the application. Go Google how to do those things. Then you'll get the job. If you're just Security Plus certified, you can't put your hands on a keyboard to do certain things, you're not getting a job, bro. Right? You may, but it's going to be a lot more difficult. Okay. You all don't necessarily have to get the certification. Some companies give you 3 months after getting hired to get the certification. Okay. Some people, you just have to know what's going on. You have to be able to articulate these hands-on skills that you're learning, right? And it has to be something that they're looking for. You can't just, let's say you're a Splunker applying to an IT help desk position, right? You don't have anything that they're looking for, right? They want somebody who has troubleshooting experience, someone who's a people person, communication skills, knows how to use Active Directory. You got to be applying to the right position. Okay, so Jamal and Tandra, I know you all see me say it in Discord all the time. Don't wait to get certified to start putting your resume together, right? By that time, other people are taking jobs that you could have been taking, right? Do it now. All right, that's it. That's it. I don't think there are any other questions. Y'all hit up Larry on Discord, make some new friends. And I will see everybody else Monday night for class. Other than that, y'all stay safe. Hold on to your loved ones. Give them fat kisses. Make sure they know that you love them. People on YouTube, thank you for stopping by Cyber Thursday. If you're trying to do what Larry did, if you're trying to do what Joe did, with no experience or a little bit of experience and break into the field, get your first offer letter. Then go to onlinesecurity.com. Sign up for our security fundamentals course. Peace.
Good night, y'all. Have a good weekend.
Good night.
You have a good weekend too. Good night. Good night.